Bluff City Media presents the Two Buck Sports Show with your hosts, Rusty Buckets and Uncle Buck. Now, let's get to the show.
What up, everybody? Welcome to your Friday edition of the Two Buck Sports Show. I'm your co-host, Rusty Buckets, checking in here live at 11 a.m. Central to start your lunch break. And no, your screen is not mirrored. It's not duplicated. Drew is out today, and I got my guy, apparently my brother from another mother, Kenny Stubblefield, hanging with me today. What's going on, Kenny?
I want to make the perception of it right. Like when Drew's on, he's usually about like down here in terms of height. So I don't want to ruin the aesthetic of the Two Buck Sports Show. So I'm gonna stay down here. This is what it normally looks like because you're a giant and Drew's not. So
you know, when you have two guys on your show that have a face made for radio, like anything is an upgrade, right? So appreciate you stepping in today while Drew is out, man. How's your Friday going so far?
Man, it's good. It's good. It's beautiful outside today, man. I'm ready for a weekend. We got a weekend full of just crazy stuff happening. Personally, Sayla's got a volleyball tournament all day Saturday. So I'll be there for that. Most of it. I'm gonna try my darndest to sneak away and get over and choking and token with the Ounce of Hope guys in the Midtown Krav Maga. It's gonna be tomorrow at 1 p.m. at Midtown Krav Maga. It's gonna be awesome. So yeah, busy weekend, man.
Yeah, for sure, man. No doubt. It sounds like it. Mine is busy with choking and token tomorrow, but otherwise, I ain't got nothing going on. I'm going to be a guest on a podcast. We're supposed to record tonight, but it's going to record this weekend, so stay tuned for that. That's going to be a fun. They asked me. Spoiler alert.
Tell who what it's about.
So I got contacted by an Atlanta Hawks podcast and was like, hey, we know you got a Grizzlies podcast. Would love for you to come on and talk about Luke Kennard and how he can help the Hawks. And I'm like, oh, Cardio Kennard, brother, I got you.
You called me yesterday just off the air and we were talking about it. And you were like, the jokes we were getting off, like hit the Whoop fitness statistics for the Atlanta Hawks are going to go way up, man.
Listen, I was like, if you want a guy that's going to come in and get a better Whoop percentage than an attempts, like field goals attempted percentage, then he's your guy. Because it's going to be so frustrating. And I said, there's going to be a time where in January where he's going to have like 4 games where he can go for like 25, 28 points. And you're going to be like, yes, he's back. I'm like, bro, like it's just his way of not getting traded. He did it to us for 3 damn years in a row to make sure that he didn't get traded at the deadline. That's all that is.
I have this image running through my brain of what they expect the conversation to be. And it's literally just going to be, I just got this image of you holding a balloon and just going, just deflating them.
I hate to be that wet blanket, but I want to set the expectations. Wayno's right. Like, I got to be honest. Like, I got to let these guys know what to expect. If you're expecting a sharpshooter, like, that's like, he is, but he doesn't do it. That's like, that'd be like me and Kenny popping on here and me being like, welcome to the Two Buck Sports Show. And we just sit like that for the entirety of it.
We don't do what we're supposed to do. Like,
exactly. Yeah. So I cannot wait for that. It's going to be a good time. Shout out Tim and the boys, man. It's going to be a good time, but I'm afraid like it's not going to quite go as well as they think.
Yeah, but here's what they're going to say. Well, Trae Young he'll facilitate better. He'll get the ball to him so much better than Ja Morant can. Please.
I will let them know about that lollipop-looking mug. Like Drew famously said on our show one time, Trae Young looks like if you dropped your sucker behind the couch and you pull it out with the dog hair all sprinkled on top, that's what Trae Young – like he looks like the great Khali if the great Khali was tiny. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like the wrestler – like I think they were separated at birth.
They were clearly.
So anyway, that's going to be a fun show to be a part of.
I cannot wait. I want to be a fly on the wall in your house when you're having that conversation with those guys because I could just see their faces going.
I'm sure they're going to be like the shortest interview they've ever done is with Rusty Buckets.
We're never having this dude on.
But hey, it is Friday, and on Fridays here on the Two Buck Sports Show, we have a segment we like to do called the Bucks Big Three, and I'm going to get Kenny's take on this. It's a little bit different. Yeah. So y'all hang with us, but it's going to be a good one. King Meeks here. I missed this as we're coming off, but I'm going to have to steal this one, brother. Trae Young cries in his car listening to R&B. Like, dead ass, man. That's so good.
That is 100% on point. That is Trae Young. He cries in the car listening to R&B. 100%.
Absolutely.
Great comment. That might win the comment of the day, for real.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well done, King Meeks. So on Friday, I typically throw up an image that has 6, 9, maybe 12 logos on there of different things or pictures of things. We've done French fries. We've done appetizers. We've done so many different things.
Yep.
We've even done some fast food before, Kenny, but today is a little bit different because our big three is already lumped together. Okay. And so you're going to have to pick a color that represents 3 food chains, most of them being fast food. Right. Those are your 3. As you see on your screen, we've got color coordinated 3, like, I guess, triplets of different fast food restaurants. And so Kenny and I are going to pick a color, and that color is our Bucks big 3 for the day. So we're not picking 3 colors, just one color of 3 restaurants. And Kenny and I were talking in the green room before the show, and it's like a lot of these I can make an argument that 1 or 2 are elite, but then they throw in a third one, and it's like, huh. Yeah. And it kind of brings it down for me, Kenny.
Yeah, no, it is tough. Like, there's a few that they have the best ones, obviously not together. There's levels and tiers within the groups. There's some that I don't even know. Like, what is on the orange color? What is PDQ? Is it chicken? Is that?
Yeah, I don't even know. It's chicken. But I don't know what it is. If there's somebody in the comments, if you're watching on Twitter or YouTube, let us know if you've been to a PDQ. Or are we missing out? Are we
what is a PDQ?
Yeah. I have no idea.
Never heard of that before. But yeah, this is at my initial, as we were in the green room looking through this, because just full kayfabe, like you had another one planned and you picked a certain food type that I just don't like. And
Kenny, I'm reconsidering a lot about you knowing now what I know about that.
Yeah, I don't know if we want to give it away. I'm not.
I don't care. That's fine.
I don't like French fries. I think French fries, there's like, I'll eat 1 or 2 and call it a day. Like, I'm not a French fry person. So
Kenny, like, there are tiers to me of like psychopath behavior. Number 1 being if you sleep with your socks on. Like, I do not trust a single person that sleeps with their socks on. Like, that is sociopath behavior. Number 2, if you have 2 first names, so like your first name and last name are both first names, I don't trust you. That's sociopath behavior. Like, are you Mark? Are you Austin? Are you Mark Austin? Like, I don't know who you are. And then now 3rd is if you do not like French fries, like, I'm out, man. Like, what in the world?
Listen, there's a lot you can figure out about me. Like, there is levels of like, I hold at bay the psychopath all the time. Like, there is a psychopath bubbling within me. Like, I think we've had this conversation before. I love having things in my ears when I fall asleep, like hearing sounds in my ears. Do you know what? I think I've said this before. Do you know what I listen to a lot?
What?
911 phone calls.
Oh my God. What is happening? Yeah. Who are you?
Yeah, exactly. It's weird.
Lord have mercy.
It's
Who
weird.
hurt you, Kenny? Who hurt you?
Exactly. So like, when you say psychopath behavior, yes, like, I received that. I believe it.
Yeah.
No. So yeah,
it sounds like we got another one in the comments here because we got Ninja DJ talking about it. DJ, if you sleep with socks on, like, I'm lumping you with Kenny Stubblefield. Just know that. Like, he listens to 911 calls to fall asleep. He doesn't like French fries. If you sleep with socks on, like, bro, like that is sociopath behavior.
Wait a second. There's no way Black Ninja DJ sleeps with socks on. There is no way.
I hope not, bro. I had so much more respect for you than that.
Absolutely not. I would put it in the comment section. If you sleep with socks on, put it in the comment section.
Come on, say it with your whole chest.
Own it. I just own that I listen to 911 phone calls at night when I fall asleep. I need to know, do you sleep with socks on? Because that is wild behavior.
Yeah, that is a whole other level. Like I said, that's my number 1 of my sociopath behavior. If you sleep with socks on, if you got 2 first names, and if you don't like French fries, is now on the list. I'm also adding falling asleep to 911 calls because like Kenny, are you just like are you preparing? Like, are you like, is this something from a past life that I need to know about? Like, were you Clyde? Are you Clyde from Bonnie and Clyde? Like, I don't know who you are, man.
Like I said, the psychopath behavior is bubbling right there. It's at the very, it's right underneath. He says,
Wayno said,
what? Wayno's Australian. That makes sense.
I guess that's fair.
That makes sense. That's fair.
So, as a good co-host, I'm going to give you the floor. Let you pick first. Being courteous here. All right. So Ninja DJ has redeemed himself. He said only if he's just dead tired, pass out on him. But still, even then, man, like that's borderline. Just know that I'm watching you.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Yes.
Pick your color, Kenny. What you got?
So as I was looking at these groupings, what came to my mind was I want to find 3 different places where I can get all the things that I like. Mm-hmm. Like I am a big breakfast guy. Mm-hmm. I'm a big burger guy, and I love wings.
Yeah.
So for me, the obvious choice is the gray bracket, the gray grouping. Whataburger, Panera, and Wingstop. That's my group of 3 because I love Whataburger hamburgers. They had this
Never
one.
Had it.
They had this one barbecue. They had this barbecue bacon burger that is fire. When we used to have the studio out there in Cordova, there was a Whataburger right there, and I would leave at like 10 o'clock at night sometimes, and I would drop by and get me one of those barbecue bacon burgers. Panera Bread, I love the bagels. I love the sandwiches. I love Panera Bread. I love the soups. I'm a big breakfast fan. Their breakfast sandwiches are on point. I have a very soft spot in my heart for Panera Bread. My wife had our 2 kids at Germantown Methodist Hospital right across the street from Panera in Germantown.
I thought you were going to say that she had them at Panera in Germantown.
No, that'd be good. That'd be good. And then
I was like, damn, that's 2 for 2.
But we used to go to, so we were in the hospital for a couple of days after she had the baby, and I would go and just grab Panera Bread and bring it back to her, and it became kind of our comfort food as we were trying to figure out this new baby life. So anyway, Panera Bread I love that place. And then Wingstop. I'm a massive chicken wing fan. Now, is it my favorite chicken wings on this list? Absolutely not. But if I'm having to group these 3 things together, Whataburger, Panera, Wingstop meets all of my needs. I could literally eat at these 3 places and be happy.
So I like Wingstop. I've never had Whataburger. Panera bagels, like their baked goods are good, but the rest of it, it's just like microwave food. Like I don't care, like their salad, like it's just like it's
but it's
okay.
Still good though. It's still
okay.
good though. It's still good.
I've never left a Panera and been like, "Whoo, I'm full." Like I'm always like, we're leaving Panera and like, all right, what am I gonna snack on? Because I'm always still hungry, and because their portions are not what I call Kenny BMC. And that's big man certified. Like they're clearly portions built for skinny white girls who were trying to watch their figure, and I am not any of that.
I don't think I am either, but maybe you
identify as one.
Maybe I identify as a skinny white girl. I don't know.
Yeah. All right, so Wingstop to me are kind of the elite wings on here.
Yeah.
Like I like Wingstop. They're great. Their garlic parm is really, really good. Like just a really good little flavor to it.
Even over Buffalo Wild Wings. You like Wingstop over Buffalo Wild Wings?
So I miss the old B-Dubs because B-Dubs used to have like really good size, good portion wings. And the last couple of times I went there, they kind of shrunk.
Yeah. Makes sense.
And so, all right, I'm gonna like inside baseball here. My favorite restaurant on this entire sheet here is Firehouse Subs. Like,
oh my God, yes,
love Firehouse Subs.
Yes.
But I don't like Chipotle. I like Moe's a lot better than Chipotle. Chipotle is microwave Mexican food that they charge you $30 for.
That's true,
and it's okay. Like, it's fine.
Yeah,
I love Popeye's chicken, but to me, Chipotle on that list is enough for me to not pick blue, and that's sad because Firehouse is my favorite.
All right, do you like Louisiana hot? You like Louisiana? Is that the? Oh, that's Popeyes. My bad.
Popeyes.
Louisiana Kitchen. Popeyes.
Like their spicy fries are elite. Their spicy chicken sandwich is elite. Their biscuits are basically ready mix concrete, but still good, right? Because they're so dry and thick, and you can't just like you got to have something like pause. But you got to have something to drink with them, right? Because like they'll kill you. But Chipotle is enough for me to not pick that list, Kenny. And I like Popeyes
really?
and Firehouse a lot. It's enough for me to not pick that list, even though Firehouse is my favorite.
Wow.
So I'm going black because Wendy's to me is the second best fast food hamburger behind Sonic, which isn't on this list. I love Wendy's fries. I love Frosties, but it is hard to beat a DQ Blizzard. It's hard to beat a DQ Blizzard for just like dessert.
Yeah.
I like when they turn them upside down. It makes me feel good about what I'm about to eat because it's
Right.
so thick, and I love the red velvet and the cheesecake. It's fantastic.
Okay.
And I do like B-dubs. I've done the Blazing Challenge a couple of times. I like that I can get like the salt and vinegar on the fries there. Their burgers and other food are actually pretty good. But I'm going to go black, giving me Wendy's, DQ, and B-dubs.
I like that. I mean, I think, Wendy's is a staple for post club experience, post night out on the town experience. Like Wendy's is great for that. That's why, so DQ, yes, their blizzards are phenomenal. Yeah. But even in the dessert factory, like the dessert part of it for me, Whataburger shakes are really good. They have a banana shake, and I love banana. They have a banana shake that is so good. So good. So yes, like it hits. Wendy's is great. Wendy's is great for if you just need something to like satisfy the belly immediately, Wendy's is fire. And that is, I will say, as much as I don't like fries, Wendy's fries dipped into Frosty is ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
Like ridiculous. So.
Absolutely. I love a Frosty with a fry. I grew up on Wendy's because my dad, I've never had Burger King. I've had one fish sandwich from Burger King one time. My dad got food poisoning from a Burger King. I know, it was random. Like, I didn't want to eat their burger because I never had it. My dad got food poisoning from one when he was in like college or something. And so we never had Burger King growing up. And so we were a Wendy's family, brother, back when they gave you the yellow cups, and it was our Wendy's in Carnes was an old Danvers. And if you know about Danvers. And I actually like Wendy's chili. For it to be fast food chili is actually not too bad.
It's not bad. Yeah.
It's not bad. But what I'm taking away from this conversation, Kenny, is that I'm missing out on Whataburger.
Oh, Whataburger's fire. Yeah. Like Black Ninja DJ said it perfectly. Freddy's is top tier. Freddy's is a great smash burger. Freddy's is awesome. Let me see the list real quick. Freddy's had is Freddy's on here? No, Freddy's isn't on there.
No, it's a good call.
I was looking at Five Guys. Five Guys is top tier to me too. Over In-N-Out, over the like luxury, like even Steak and Shake. Like those kind of three are the same to me. I like Five Guys over all three of those.
I do too, but it costs you $40 to get a burger, fry, and a drink.
That's true. Yeah.
And Freddy's is very close to Culver's. You were talking about Culver's before. Freddy's and Culver's are very similar because you get custard. They've got like smash burgers and shoestring fries, and like they're very similar in like what they deliver. Also, this might be a hot take, but Raising Cane's, like the cane sauce, is elite dipping sauce.
Is it though?
It is. Cane sauce is where it's at, man. Like you give me like Chick-fil-A chicken nuggets or chicken tenders and cane sauce, and that's God tier right there. Like that's elite.
Raising Cane's is like the popular like fast food place right now. My daughter freaking every time we drive by a Raising Cane, she wants it. It is elite chicken, but tastes like cardboard. Does that make sense? Like elite breading, elite like juiciness, the freshness of it is great. But it just, when your main selling point is your dipping sauce, that to me is like, I'm kind of out on Raising Cane's.
Yeah. Shout out Roman in the comments here. However this list works, just make sure Popeyes is number one. A man of great taste. Because I did say earlier, Popeyes to me is like an elite level chicken sandwich. And like, like again, hot take, Kenny. During the whole debate back during COVID, it's been a few years ago when everybody was debating like Popeye's chicken sandwich or Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
I was team Popeyes, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
team Popeyes.
I feel like I'm back in South Memphis. King Meeks comes out and he says, "Give me Dodge Chicken, Dixie Queen, and Hunt Brothers Pizza." Hell yeah, brother.
3 for 3, King Meeks.
Hell yeah, brother.
3 for 3. I started college at a little community college, Northeast Mississippi Community College in Boonville, Mississippi, and there was a Dodge's on campus, and I used to tear that place up, man. I'd get me a 5-piece after class, and I'd tear it up, man. I'd tear it up.
Yeah. Shout out to King Meeks. That's fire. Yeah.
But Kenny's already talked about it. We do have an event coming up tomorrow at Midtown Krav Maga Jiu-Jitsu. It's right by the Crosstown Concourse. I'm going to be there. Luke's coming into town for it. Kenny's going to try and make an appearance. It's going to be an awesome time. Come hang out with us as Ounce of Hope and Midtown Krav Maga Jiu-Jitsu do the first cannabis sponsored cannabis-themed jiu-jitsu tournament in Memphis history. We're making history tomorrow at Midtown Krav Maga and Jiu-Jitsu. In the meantime, scan the QR code or go to ounceofhope.com. Code BluffCity to get you 15% off your first order. During this commercial break, I'm going to go crack open a roasted because I've been thinking about it all day since I talked about it this morning. That's a banger, an absolute banger. Kenny, have you had one yet?
I have not. I need to, though. What I've been trying at Ounce of Hope lately is, you see my dog crate back here? This is where my dog lives. Like, my dog stays in here. He's not in here right now, which has been surprising, but he is. I have a little puppy, and his name is Striker, and he's great. But Striker has anxiety like you've never experienced in your life.
Shelby, same.
And they have this amazing dog CBD oil that is designed to help dogs with anxiety kind of calm down. And I've been applying that to Striker through his mouth, orally, just spraying it in his mouth, and it's done wonders for him. So I've been using that a lot lately. Still loving the seltzers. The seltzers are fire. Be careful with the 30 milliliter one or 30 milligram ones. Holy
Put you
crap.
to sleep. Put you to sleep.
Careful. Sip. Don't just drink it. Sip it.
Across across the day, right? Like not like an hour or 2 hours. Like that needs to be started at like 12 noon and finish it at bedtime at 9 o'clock because it is potent, quite potent. Kenny.
I made a mistake, rookie Aaron. I'm here to help, man. I'm here to help you guys. Okay, I'm here to be I give you my my expertise from bad experiences or great bad, great, whatever you want to call it. I guzzled mine the first time. Bro, I was like this for like 6 hours after.
Don't make the mistake Kenny made. Check out Ounce of Hope. Code Bluff City gets you 15% off your first order. On the other side of the commercial, we're talking NBA schedules and what that means for the Memphis Grizzlies.
Choking and token. The Mid-South's first cannabis-themed jiu-jitsu tournament.
August 16th at Midtown Krav Maga and Jiu-Jitsu.
At 1 p.m. 21 plus to compete or consume.
Consumption not required.
Ounce of Hope is licensed by the state of Tennessee. This is all 100% legal hemp products. Everything's good to go.
We'll have gi divisions.
No gi divisions.
Madison bracket, guaranteeing 4 matches per division, plus an absolute winner.
Each fighter receives an Ounce of Hope gift bag, and there's prizes for every winner.
Check out the link below to sign up.
My thinking is, if I sign a guy that's of that caliber, especially as much as that kid's getting hyped up, especially in this this transfer portal NIL deal market, I'm not screwing around with no other dude, man. Like that dude's gonna play for me. What makes you think that kid's coming back? Like, the kid's gonna be playing for Colorado next year, bro. Like,
the Tiger football program, the Tiger staff thinks that Brendan Lewis gives them the best opportunity to win games. And this shit is about winning games, bro.
I get it.
So yes, Antoine Hill Jr. is a fantastic quarterback, a 4-star quarterback, highest rated recruit quarterback recruit ever in the history of the University of Memphis. But you don't play freshmen if you want to win games. But if you operate every year with the fear of I've got to do things to not lose guys, bro, you're sunk. You're sunk. Like, you've got to win games. Winning games is all that matters. And Brendan Lewis helps them win games more than Antoine Hill Jr. does this year.
Check out the Anthony Sane Show Monday through Friday at 1 p.m. only on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
Is there anything not in the top 10 that surprised you on this list?
Stephon Castle was a little bit low. He was really good for San Antonio last year. He on both sides of the ball, obviously the NBA Rookie of the Year. He's behind guys like Andrew Nimhard, who was good last year, but I thought Stephon Castle was better.
Peyton Pritchard.
Maybe like
he's behind Peyton Pritchard.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like Stephon Castle, it could be a little bit higher. Josh Giddey is 15th. Like, that feels I almost wonder if they got those two swapped. Like, Stephon Castle should have been 15th and Josh Giddey 22nd, because you got Josh Giddey ahead of guys like Kyrie Irving. I don't think so. it's Josh Giddey. Like, there's no way he's the 15th best point guard in the NBA.
Tune into the Daily Grind with your host, Luke Hatmaker, every Monday through Friday at 7:30 a.m. live on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
Welcome back to the 2 Buck Sports Show. I am your co-host, Rusty Buckets, checking in with y'all with my guy, Kenny Stubblefield, today on this beautiful, fantastic Friday to be in the most beautiful land in the world, as once said about Memphis, Kenny, man. I'm happy to be here. I'm also happy to crack open my roasted from Ounce of Hope here, as talked about. It says rapid onset 15 to 30 minutes, and they're not wrong, but it's got the 5 milligrams of THC and a 10 milligram CBD blend in there to make it just super smooth. You feel relaxed and ready to go for the day. And I have worked my tail off this week, so I have earned this Friday roasted, Kenny.
Let's go, man.
Yeah,
Shout out. That's a beautiful can, by the way.
It is. Like, it's so cool. Like, this rustic kind of logo look to it. Like, the black and gold pops. Y'all have got to check out Ounce of Hope, man.
Yeah, I gotta give that can over to the Tigers on Tap guys, because they do their beer reviews every single episode. They rate the cans and rate the beer, and I think that can would more than likely get a top tier rating for them.
I was about to say, is it out of 5 or out of 10? How do they rate there?
They go out of 10. They go out of 10.
So I'm gonna give this can at least a 9 out of 10 because I like the rustic kind of old school vibe to it. It's got like a very like 1800s like old liquor bottle look to it, and I am a huge fan of that, man. That's awesome.
Love it. Shout out.
Well, hey guys, we had some NBA news drop yesterday, Kenny, and that is the NBA has released the schedule for the upcoming season. A couple of things of note, especially when it comes to the Memphis Grizzlies. Our season opener is at home against the New Orleans Pelicans on 10/22. Our first 3 games of the year are at home. We've got 10 games on national TV, but again, you can watch all of the games on FanDuel Sports Network, which is where I watch most of the games.
Yep.
And so you can catch them all there. We've got 10, again, national. We got 14 back-to-backs, which is 3rd most in the NBA, 4 in the month of March. The month of March is going to be a grind, but there's back-to-backs. Golden State, Lakers, and the Jazz only come to Memphis one time.
Right.
Our longest road trip is 5 games, and our longest homestand is 6 games. But I said a minute ago, we've got the 3rd most back-to-backs in the NBA with 14. The teams with more, they are truly trying to test Paul George and Joel Embiid's knees, I guess, because they've got 16 back-to-backs, tied with Denver, Charlotte, Phoenix, and Washington. The next tier of 15 they are testing the AARP teams, because you got the Clippers and the Warriors, the Raptors, Pelicans, Heat, Jazz, and the Trailblazers, who I'm pretty bullish on. But Kenny, 10 primetime games for a team that is kind of under the radar, as you see on FanDuel here, 40.5 wins for next year.
Yeah.
10's a pretty good number to start, right?
Yeah, it's a good number. How many do they do flex scheduling like the NFL does or college football?
They can flex. Yes, they can flex games.
So they could potentially get more than 10, but 10 starting off is actually a pretty good number. I remember Brevin Knight talking about this on the Night Court podcast, where he said that there's 2 different tiers of scheduling or not even tiers, but 2 different, I guess, categories of scheduling in the NBA. They have the entertainment scheduling, and then they have just the regular, like, we got to get your 82 games in. And he said Memphis a couple of years ago was in that entertainment scheduling, where they were scheduled based on, because of the market, because of Ja Morant, because of the skill, what the Grizzlies were doing. They were being scheduled as such. They were being scheduled as one of those primetime teams, and that's just not the case anymore. So they're in that just, hey, we got to get your 82 games in now. But it feels like they might be moving back, right? Taking them to Berlin, taking them to London, 10 national games. It's not a bad look.
It's not. I'm excited. Our first primetime game, national televised game is on Amazon Prime against the Lakers on Halloween night. Get real spooky for former Memphis Grizzlies Jake LaRavia and Marcus Smart, and almost Jordan Goodwin, who got released to get Marcus Smart. But the Grizzlies West, we got them in our first national televised game. We don't have another one until December 22nd against the Thunder at Oklahoma City on Peacock. play the Sixers on NBC. Our first ESPN game is the Pelicans on January 30th, which feels like it's one of those games like, Ja is the mayor of New Orleans, right? Like feels like one of those games that we always have on national television, but that's our first ESPN game. But then we play the Nuggets and the Warriors over the next month on ESPN. And as of now, our last national televised game is on Peacock against Atlanta on March 23rd.
I'm interested in this Friday, the game against the Lakers.
Yeah.
Do you think that's going to be on Amazon Prime? What do you think the response to Marcus Smart is going to be coming back?
That's going to be tough because like Marcus, like it was an ugly breakup, right? Because we got Fat Marcus who didn't care, he didn't try, and he was like Dylan Brooks. He shot us out of most games that he played in down the stretch.
Right.
I don't know, like we don't necessarily give bad like returns in Memphis. I can't think of one where like somebody left and then we booed them when they came back, right? Like, I mean, there's been some people that maybe didn't get as warmly of a reception. But I for one, I'm kind of like Chris, no bluffing here in the comments. Like, I might boo Marcus Smart his first game back.
Really?
I might.
Do you think like there's a part of me that feels like was his stay here just so non-eventful and it felt like he was just never here, honestly, at this point.
That's it.
And so is there going to be a part of it that's just like he was just a blip on the radar? Or I don't know, man. It's going to be interesting. Like, I think that's going to be an interesting the Lakers Grizzlies matchups are always there's always a level of vitriol, I think, because of Lakers fans that wear Baker fans, right, that are in Memphis. I don't know. I'm interested to see what that's going to look like because I don't think it's necessarily going to be a bad return, but will there be such hostility in the arena just because it's the Lakers? Like if he was coming back with Washington, it wouldn't mean anything, but it's the Lakers, right?
And here's why I think it might. It's because when he came over from Boston, we gave up so much, right? We gave up a first-round pick, and we went and got Marcus Smart.
Right.
Then it cost us another first-round pick to get rid of him, Kenny. And as you can see on socials where people love to go out and vent, the Marcus Smart trade at the deadline this past year has been a touch point for people to really hate on Zach Kleiman.
Yes.
Again, it was an ugly trade. It doesn't look good on paper, but it did open the door for us to then go get Desmond Bane traded to get that massive haul back from Orlando.
Right.
So hindsight's 2020. It ended up not being the worst thing in the world.
No, I agree.
But I think that is why he's going to get a less than warm welcome back to Memphis, simply because of Zach Kleiman and how he handled the trade on the front end. Then we didn't get anything out of Marcus essentially for 2 seasons. And then because his freaking fingers kept trying to fall off, like, which is the wildest thing I've ever seen. And then for him to we have to pair a first round pick, essentially pay Washington to get him out of here. I think that fans will hold that against ZK and we'll take it out on Marcus Smart. You combine that with the Lakers and LeBron and all the Faker fans in the arena. And I think it is a recipe for an ugly night. And I hope, like, I got a half season pass. I hope that's one of my games. If not, I may get tickets and go anyway, just so I can see what happens.
I kind of want it to be like, I want it to be a night where there's the intensity. Like we've all been in the FedEx Forum when you walk in there and you're just like, oh shit, like this is going to be wild tonight, right? Like tonight's going to be a wild night. Those Lakers games always feel that way because it is the Lakers and because there is such a love and hate relationship, I think, between small market teams like Memphis and these the darlings of the NBA, these big market teams. Yeah. You just get excited about that in general, but then you add that layer of how many Lakers players used to play for the Grizzlies. It's so interesting, man. I think it's going to be an interesting night.
Agreed. And it reminds me of the old, like the toxicity in the forum. I just had like a core memory that came back of when we were, I think it was like circa like 2012 or 13. We had that triple overtime game against the Thunder
Yeah.
And like there was just so much hate in that
remember
building for
Mike
the Thunder.
Conley's three? You remember Mike Conley's three? Oh man.
I was at that game. Like we were up
Were
in the
you?
like in the nosebleeds, and like we didn't get out. We didn't leave the forum until like 1 a.m. But like we weren't leaving. But just like the vitriol and the hate for that Thunder team because of Perk and KD and all those guys. Like that. I want that back. I miss that, Kenny, because it does feel. I mean, ever since the injury riddled season, I went to a ton of games, like 20 home games last year. And it like there was a lot of apathy in the stands. So I hope that's what our 4th game of the year. Is that right?
5th game of the year.
5th game of the year.
6th game of the year. 6th game of the year.
I hope it's hostile. I hope it's electric. I hope because like our first home games being New Orleans, Miami, and Indiana. Like Indiana's a shell of what they were last year. New Orleans is ass. Miami has Tyler Hero, and that's really it. And then Jaren owns Bam. So like those teams, whatever. Then we got 2 road games at Golden State and at Phoenix, and then you come home for that Lakers games. Bro, I am really hopeful that there is an energy in that because we need that. Like if we come into that like 4-1 or 5-0, something like that, there could be an energy there, Kenny, that we need. And if we go out and just go belt to ass on the Lakers, bro, we're back, baby. We're so back.
Oh man, I get excited about. I know a lot of folks like to shit on the schedule release and like, why does this even matter, bro? It's so exciting to see. So like, exciting. All right, so let's go first 10 games. Let's do that real quick. New Orleans game season opener. Win 1-0.
Yeah.
Miami
win.
Indiana
win because they're not good.
Golden State at Golden State 4th game of the year. What do you think?
That one's tough. I think that might be a loss. I think that's a schedule loss, like because you get one travel day and you're going to Golden State, and then you have a travel day to Phoenix. I think that's a schedule loss.
All right, 3-1 at Phoenix. Then 2 days later,
Cam Spencer come out game. We dominate Phoenix.
4-1 Lakers 10-31-25 Halloween night. The return of Jake LaRavia, the return of Marcus Smart. That's a dub.
Doesn't matter. Dub. Grizz win all day, man. Grizz by 90 in that one.
Skinny Luka makes his return to Memphis.
Yeah. Luka, Puka, Hookah, don't matter. Grizz by 90.
All right, 5-1 at Toronto. That's a dub. Right?
6-1. Yeah.
6-1. And then Detroit. God, it's gonna be a fun game.
That's a good team. That's a good
I don't
game.
know. You're a Cade guy. You love Cade. You're way more of a fan of Cade than I am.
Do you watch him play? Like, do you watch him play?
Yeah.
That dude's a star, man.
He's fine. He's fine.
He's fine. He's fine.
Then they play Houston, Dallas, Oklahoma City. Woo! That's a tough 3.
Brutal. That's brutal. That's Cooper Flagg's first game in Memphis. This is amazing. Chris, like, Jaren, Edey, it don't matter, man. I think Jaren's going to be back. I do have a sneaky feeling that Jaren might be back. No Edey for sure. But with those injuries, this is a great ramp up schedule. Like if we started off with Houston, Dallas, Oklahoma City before going to Golden State, I'd be a lot more concerned.
Yeah. Listen to this. Listen to this November schedule. Houston, Detroit, Houston, Dallas, Oklahoma City, New York. We can scratch Boston, Cleveland, San Antonio. That's nice. That's a
run.
That's a run, bro.
Yeah. And you want to hear, I talked about this morning on the Daily Grind. Like, I am such a good boyfriend because Maggie and I will be in Boston and New York from November the 5th through November the 12th. And on November the 11th, I will be in New York City as the same time the Memphis Grizzlies are. But that is opening night of Harry Potter and the Cursed Child on Broadway. That's the whole reason we're going up there is I bought those tickets back in June for that night. And we said, hey, if they're in Boston, then we'll go. It'd be a great time to go see them, in Boston. But like Kenny, this is MSG, man. This is like basketball mecca. And I'm gonna be like right down the road watching Harry Potter, and the Grizzlies are gonna be playing at Madison Square Garden.
We all know Maggie. Like Maggie is great. She's a great person, right? Mm-hmm. How much trouble would you be in if you changed the dates on this?
Brother. Well, tell you how top tier she is, Kenny. Like, she said, hey, what if we looked into going back up to Boston, catching the Grizzlies at Boston, extending our trip by a day, and then flying out on the 13th? And I'm just like, Like
You're amazing. She's amazing.
She's the one. Like she's the one. I don't know that logistics is going to work out, but it's like we're going to be up there while they're there. Like I'll say this: she owes me a trip back to New York to go watch the Grizzlies play at Madison Square Garden.
Yes, she does. You are. I will say this: you are a smart man to not change the dates on this. Like you got to stay. You got to stay true and consistent, bro. You're smart.
Because
man.
listen, I can tell you this: like Maggie has earned so much girlfriend credit from how much basketball she's had to endure, how much baseball she didn't even like baseball. Football, like how much she's had to endure from me. Like she did not know that a year and a half ago when we reconnected that she was going to be so invested in sports when she could care less about sports. God bless her. So the last thing I'm going to do is change that trip. That's for sure. But Kenny, like that's the stretch that makes it a kind of a rough start. Like the first half of our schedule is kind of tough. Like we get like a back-to-back at LA early January. Again, we've got a stretch where we go Minnesota, Washington, we at Minnesota, Washington, at Oklahoma City. Like that's some tough travels. Like the first half of the schedule is pretty brutal, only for it to finish a bit more favorably when hopefully, knock on wood, we're a bit healthier.
Yep.
Obviously, we have Jaren back at that point. We're assuming here that Ja's going to play 65, 70 games. But the first half of the schedule is brutal. And so like Jared's talking about if you can go 6-1 and 5-2 in that little stretch in November, like I agree. If we're healthy and we go 6-1, 5-2 in that stretch, like that's amazing. But like we just got to hold serve until we get Zach Edey back probably in November, December, and we see how this team is shaking out. What is Cedric Coward's role? Is GG truly starting to mature and bring his game around? Are we getting a repeat performance from Jalen Wells as we head towards the trade deadline?
Yeah,
which is around like February the 15th. Is that right? Usually somewhere right around February.
Yeah, I think it's right in the middle of February. Yep.
Because you got the All-Star break right in there, which will be it looks like we play on Wednesday, February the 11th at Denver, and then we don't play again until Friday, February the 20th against Utah. So that's going to be after the All-Star break, and that's a back-to-back. We play Utah at home and then at Miami on the 21st. So I think like we just got to get to the trade deadline and see what we've got. Because I think that like KCP, I think Cedric Coward, like we've got a lot of guys with question marks, Kenny. And that's what that's one of the frustrations of being a Grizzlies fan. It's like, I feel like we go into every year, like, you know what the Lakers are going to be. You know what Houston's going to be next year. Like we know what Oklahoma City is going to be. We don't truly know what this Memphis Grizzlies team is going to be because like, stop me if you heard this before, Kenny, but we're heading into the season with injuries and a brand new head coach. Kenny, like, what are your expectations early on for this Grizzlies team? Say the first like month and a half of the season.
Oh man, it's tough because like, again, you're right. I do think Tomas Isolo being able to coach in the summer league, having a full off season to implement his system is going to be a positive, a net positive, I think, for the Grizzlies heading into this season. I think it's going to be a different. If he was a brand new voice in that locker room, then I think it would be maybe. I think I might have some lower expectations. But I just there's a part of me that feels like this Tomas Isolo system is so designed specifically for the Grizzlies' best players to like maximize what they do so well that there's a part of me that feels like it might be a little bit more seamless than what we give it credit for, right? Like, and so I would suspect that we're going to see a highly motivated Grizzlies team. Ooh. And I know that the question is like when is Jaren's health? You've said this from the beginning. I don't think Jaren is going to miss a lot of games. I really don't, even if he misses any, right? Like they are slow on the uptake when it comes to like how they bring the players along back from injury, especially one that required a surgery like Jaren's did. But I don't think we're going to see a lot of games without Jaren Jackson Jr. at the beginning of the year. So I do think the Grizzlies are going to come out hot. I think they're going to come out hot, and I think they're going to make their stamp on the season. I
like that. And I like what Chris and I were saying here. It's getting 21-22 vibes. And if we remember, that was like that was the best year of the Grizz Next Gen that we've had so far. And he's saying because it's lower expectations, low expectations, but higher than expectation results. So saying that we've kind of got maybe like we have a little bit of a higher, we keeping our expectations low, but our ceiling is fairly high. And so that's how we went into that season. We were kind of under the radar. That's when we kind of became the darling that year. We were doing our dances in post game, and that's when people really started noticing Ja in Memphis. And then we really took off and felt like that was going to be the turning point. And then we know the rest of the story, right? We had the injuries and all the things. But I could see a path where, we're slept on in the Western Conference, right? Everybody's looking at Houston and Denver and OKC and the Clippers for some reason. Rightfully so on some of those. Why can't we be that? Why not us? Why not us be that team again? Where, we don't know what we've got in Cedric Coward. And I'm not sitting here saying that he's the second coming of Michael Jordan, like some might be saying because of the T-shirts he decides to wear. But we've got some guys that are like a total crapshoot, right? That could be just fantastic. And Kenny, like sometimes having those unknown factors can lead to some pretty great results.
I agree. I think Ty Jerome is going to be a monster part of that. I think his steadiness off the bench is going to be great.
Saint's my guy, man. I'm just casting a wide net here, Jared. Just casting a wide net.
But no, I do think I think Ty Jerome's going to play a major role in that. I think, and I've said it on multiple shows on this network. If Cedric Coward hits for the Grizzlies,
oh man,
and I think it absolutely raises the ceiling for this Grizzlies team this year, like this year. And I really did. I appreciated what you and Drew said on the 2 Buck Sports Show a couple of days ago, like y'all's realistic expectations for Cedric Coward, because there are like his game and what he can do, and not only that, but his physical attributes makes me believe that that if he can fulfill a role, if he can fill a role that is needed for this Grizzlies team, that he might be one of the more, like, I'm getting early San Antonio Kawhi vibes, right? Where you're like, Kawhi was not the guy on that team, but he came off the bench as a young player, and everybody's like, holy crap, this dude is so good. But that was Tim Duncan's team, it was Tony Parker's team, it was Manu Ginobili's team. But Kawhi came in and added another layer to the San Antonio Spurs that extended their run as a dynasty during their dynasty time. I just wonder if that is what I have a gut feeling and an instinct that we are going to see Cedric Howard fulfill that off the bench early Kawhi role for the Memphis Grizzlies.
And if that's the case, then it was well worth moving up in the draft to go get him. Hey, no doubt about that. Because like I said on the show the other day, like I just want him to have a niche. And I'm not saying that he needs to be Jalen Wells 2.0, but what did Jalen do last year? His shot wasn't falling every night. He struggled offensively sometimes, but he defended his tail off. And he knew that was his niche to get playing time. And that's what ultimately led to the outs with Marcus Smart, like we talked about earlier. Right. What if Cedric Coward is to be that corner 3 threat, to where you got Gigi driving or Ja driving, or, you got Jaren driving, and then you can kick it out to Cedric Coward. He can be consistent from that 3-point in the corner or from the elbow or from the wing, like wherever, like being that guy that's that consistent threat. Like, I don't need him to go be, some superstar. This is not his team. So my expectations, I own here amongst friends that I was super high on Gigi last year, and I got egg on my face, right? And so I'm keeping my expectations low for him. But if he can find that one niche that he just excels in and just does really well off the bench, then it's a win for me in year one.
Have you ever seen a guy play basketball that you're like, he might not do all the things that a superstar can do, but when he's on the floor, when the ball is in his hands, when he does different things, that good things just happen for the team?
I give you Brandon Clark.
Yeah, no, 100%, right? Like that. That is, Cedric Coward has all the vibes of being just, when he's in the game, good things happen. Now, listen, let's be frank about it. We haven't seen him play. Like, he hasn't played a lot at high level basketball. Washington State was injured played 7 games or 8 games for him last year. So but I've seen some things in him and just the way that he moves that I'm like, man, like, I wonder if he might be that guy, that young guy who comes in the game and just good things happen, right?
So, yeah, exactly. And I'm saying, like, I'm not saying that he's going to be the next Brandon Clark. I think his ceiling's a lot higher than Brandon Clark. But there's been few players, Kenny Stubblefield, on this team that have had more impact on winning basketball than Brandon Clark.
Yep. Impacting games, man. That's all you can ask for.
That's all you got.
And I really do think, and second, and my last point on it is I think that we're hearing Gigi accept that role too in the offseason. Have you heard him talking like Gigi is all he's talking about is just impacting winning. Like, what can I do to impact winning? And I think his whole mindset has changed. If you had held him down and said, like, a couple of years ago, how do you impact winning? He would have told you 30. He would have been the Dylan Brooks. When I get more shots, it gets more shots for John Jaron. And all of us are sitting there going, what are you talking about, dude? Like, that's crazy. That's crazy talk. Gigi, it feels different for Gigi this year. And
it does. It really does.
And so if you've got Brandon Clark, if you've got Cedric Coward, and you've got a bought-in Gigi Jackson and a second-year leap in Jalen Wells, come on, man. Like,
listen, man, Kenny, stop. You're going to get me fired up by Gigi again because I'm one of the few that have never left that Gigi bandwagon. And so, Kenny, a couple of little FanDuel nuggets before we wrap up here and move on to football. The Grizzlies are still sitting at 40.5 wins, but the money is now even. It is a minus 114 to go under and a minus 114 to go over. So what that feels like is that line is moving because it was plus money to go under. That line is now going to move as that money is more people are kind of hitting the over on the Grizzlies. We're still plus 1,400 to win the division, plus 120 to get in the playoffs. But the Memphis Grizzlies are at minus 105, the odds-on favorite from either conference to be in the play-in next year. Keep those expectations low and stay on that side when we overachieve again.
That's what I'm talking about, man. Shout out. Yep.
But, Kenny, we do have some college football news that came out today. And if you know this show, you will know that we are a fan of college football around here. And we do want to take a quick second and say thank you to not only FanDuel for helping us with our odds, but Grind City Brewing, repping the boys today, as we are going to launch a college football show with them this fall, starting August 30th. Kenny, it's going to be an awesome time. Grind City Brewing is going to be your home for college football this fall. It's going to be a great game day-like experience with some Bluff City media personalities. You never know who else is going to show up, Kenny, and we're going to have a great time celebrating college football.
Going to be a lot of fun, man. Grind City Brewing, if you've been in their tap room, it is literally the best place you can possibly go to watch games, right? Yeah. Like, it's just the best place. And they have made it a point, man. They want to make Grind City Brewing the place to go to watch college football on Saturdays. And Bluff City Media is there to help on I think we're doing 2 Saturdays a month starting off, right? Yep. So going to be a blast. We're going to have a great time with it.
More details to come on that. But right now we got college football to talk about. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's my favorite music that we have on all of our bumper videos. Man, I love that one. That's a bop. But, Kenny, it was announced today, the punishment for the University of Michigan. You know, they got accused of some cheating allegations, spying on other teams, stealing signs. A few years ago when they won that national championship, they were sending out Connor Stallions to these other practices and games, and he was stealing signs and signals, leading to a national championship for the University of Michigan, Kenny. And they handed out the punishment today for the University of Michigan, and it goes as follows. I pull my tweet up here. So they gave a 10-year show cause for Jim Harbaugh, meaning that you have to show cause for why you need to hire him back in college football for the next 10 years. That's why he left and went to the pros. 8 years for Connor Stallions, who was the one that was going out and doing the spying. Sharon Moore, not Shamar from what's it? Criminal Minds.
Criminal Minds, yeah.
Yeah. Sharon Moore has already been self-suspended by the University of Michigan for weeks 3 and 4. They're adding one more game to that. But they're going to be a $20 million plus fine on the University of Michigan, which honestly, that's a slap on the wrist, bro, because what that is, like, that's 2 boosters throwing in some cash and they're going to pay it off. And I thought this was interesting, Kenny. It was said the NCAA says there was sufficient grounds for a multi-year postseason ban, which we've seen in the past, right? Alabama got postseason bans. We've seen Auburn. We've seen USC. We've seen these different schools that have been banned after the players and coaches who have left they were gone. So it's not going to impact them. But they said, however, the panel determined that a postseason ban would unfairly penalize student athletes for the actions of coaches and staff who are no longer associated with the Michigan football program. I personally like that. I think that's a win.
Yes.
But the rest of the penalties feel like a slap on the wrist.
Yeah, like it definitely does. The $20 million is them literally. They could make that up by putting out a T-shirt with like a mugshot T-shirt with Sharon Moore, like sanctioned or whatever, or whatever. Sell that and make $20 million. Like that's nothing for them. I do like that. It feels like the NCAA is moving away from punishing institutions more so than which then in turn impacts the players,
right?
Especially players that aren't even that weren't even around during that time period. We want to bring it local. The same thing happened with Memphis. The basketball program this offseason. The main thrust of their punishment landed on the academic advisor that really was a part of the entire thing, and they added a year of probation. Anyway, I like that they're moving in that direction and not punishing players, because
agreed.
That's very clearly this is what. Sharon Moore is getting his punishment. Jim Harbaugh will never step foot in college football again. And Connor Stallions is a lame who I would have loved to have been a part of that conversation when they introduced the idea of, hey, why don't you put on this Washington State hat and go stand on their sidelines, right? Like, I wonder what that was like. It's just so silly.
It is, man, and it's so sad to see the integrity of the game challenged like that. But I do appreciate the NCAA not punishing the current players. But as Brady Locks on Twitter said in one of the replies under Ross Dellinger laid out the penalties here, said Michigan just made that $20 million back in merch last weekend. If the NCAA wanted to send a message, this was more like a polite text. Because you think about like $20 million for an institution like this with boosters and money and stuff, that's nothing, man. They'll make that back in no time. And honestly, Kenny, like I said before the show, as a Mississippi State fan, right, we were this close to a national championship with Cam Newton. Cam Newton wanted to come to Starkville. He wanted to be a Mississippi State Bulldog. He was ringing a cowbell. Like, he was coming to Starkville only for his father's church to get a $200,000 donation in the last minute and him go to Auburn. That's all I'm saying. And so as a team, as a fan of a school that's never had a national championship, that's probably the closest we've been outside of Dax last year on campus, I would pay $20 million in a fine for a football national championship, and I wouldn't bat an eye.
I agree with you on that. I don't disagree. Could you imagine? Oh, man.
My God.
You could make that back. You can make that money back in spades just by living off of a national championship.
Brother.
So, Michigan's like, we get to keep our banner. We get to keep our trophy. Cool. Like,
salute.
Yeah. Here's the 20. Jim, enjoy your 10-year show calls. Connor Stallions, don't ever come back.
That's it. We're so sorry. Have a good one, right? Like, I just don't know, man. It's ugly. It's an ugly situation, but it doesn't impact Michigan this year. FanDuel has them at 5.5 wins, a plus 1,000 to be a Big Ten champs, plus 205 to make the playoffs, which I thought was interesting. It's kind of a lower number. And they have the 14th best odds to go undefeated at plus 13. Their schedule kind of goes with that. Yeah. They play 2 ranked teams as of right now. Oklahoma at Norman, Oklahoma on Saturday, September the 6th. And then they don't face another ranked team, or in my opinion, a team that will be threatening to be ranked, until they play Ohio State in the big game at home at the Big House on Saturday, November 29th. So their schedule is pretty favorable. The Big Ten is down. They don't play Indiana, who might be a good team next year, whatever. I'm kind of over Kurt Signetti at the moment. But plus 1,300, 14th best odds with that schedule, I can see it, and they can still go to the postseason.
I think that the only thing that's going to matter to Michigan and Michigan fans this year is that Ohio State game in the Big House. Mm-hmm. I think there's probably a realistic expectation of they're probably not going to be one of the teams that's going to compete in the college football playoffs, right? Mm-hmm. They could. The FanDuel odds are interesting. Plus 1,000 to be Big Ten champs, but plus 205 to make the playoffs. That's weird odds, right? That's interesting. Mm-hmm. But I will say, this is all this whole sanctions, the Sharon Moore stuff. This is all pointing towards them preparing for that game against the probably going to be top 5, could be potentially number 1 team in the country in Ohio State, and beating them in the Big House and just like capping off their season with a win in that the biggest rivalry game they have. So
yeah,
it'll be interesting, man. It'll be interesting. I you know, slap on the wrist. Jim Harbaugh can kick rocks according to Michigan, but you know, it is what it is, man.
Is what it is, but it is also fantasy football season. And Kenny, I am a huge fantasy football nerd, and I know we talked about it. You're not as big on it as Drew and I are, but like fantasy football is something Drew and I have always connected over. He runs our league, the League of Avengers, really well, and that's how the 2 Buck Sports Show started, was a place to just shit talk everybody in our league and just like have fun with it. And he would give out what we called the Drewski Awards. If you're a fan of The Office, or like the Dundies, they're called the Drewski Awards. My favorite was
amazing, man.
Oh yeah, it was the what was the coach from Last Chance U? Did you watch that at the Buddy Stevens Award?
Yeah, the Buddy Stevens Award.
It was the Buddy Stevens Award for when you beat the brakes off of somebody, largest margin of victory. The Al Gore Award for the most points in a loss. Shout out to Al Gore for winning the popular but losing the Electoral College. The O.J. Simpson Award, where you got away with murder because you did something dumb and it worked out for you to win. Like,
Jesus Christ.
The Drewskis were like elite level awards, man.
We're going to have to talk about bringing that like to the BCM network. Like we're going to have to talk about doing that, because
Drew and I talked about it, but it was just like too late.
Yeah,
like that's something we want to do for next year. Is we want to do a BCM league. Like we could go do our draft at Grind City. Y'all could come hang out with us while we do our draft there, do a ton of content around it. It would be an amazing segment. So y'all stay tuned for next year. BCM's Fantasy Football Show is birthed right here on August the 15th, 2025.
We're going to love it. With the Drewskis are fire. That's such a anyway.
It's amazing. Like it's what everybody wanted a Drewski. And then the winner gets the Stan Lee Cup, because we are the League of Avengers, comic book themed. It's an amazing. I've had it one time forever.
Awesome.
Etched on it is Fat Drunk Thor. That was my team name that year. It was Fat Drunk Thor. Won the ship that year and hung onto that trophy for a year. But anyway, we do have fantasy football coming up around the corner. And so we're going to start getting you ready for fantasy football for those of you out there. And we're starting today with the quarterbacks, Kenny. And so I have ranked the quarterbacks in tiers here. We've got 4 tiers. And you can see the MVP odds from FanDuel here in the bottom, where we've got Lamar at plus 430 as the odds-on favorite. I agree with that. I think Lamar's fixing to have a massive season. Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Pat Mahomes, and Jaden Daniels are your top 5 candidates.
Wow.
But I don't have all of them in my top tier of elite dual threat quarterbacks.
Interesting.
So my tier 1, Kenny, I rank them that way because they are dual threats. You're going to get passing yards, you get passing touchdowns, you get rushing touchdowns. Like you kind of get it all from these guys. So it's Lamar, Josh Allen, Jaden Daniels, and Jalen Hurts. Because Hurts, you're going to get the tush push for the touchdowns. And so for me, that's my elite tier 1. If you can get these guys now, preface this, so we don't draft quarterbacks till late, right? You want to stack your team with running backs and wide receivers first. But if one of these guys kind of fall where you feel comfortable where your receiver room and your running back room is, I would take a flyer on one of these elite quarterbacks to help you week in and week out.
What is your like when you're drafting fantasy? Would you ever pick a quarterback in round 1, or do you pick a quarterback? Where do you start thinking about the quarterback?
Probably about round 5. And because there are guys in tier 2 that are still going to be there, because in that you have now gotten 2 receivers and 2 running backs. I have the first overall pick in the League of Avengers draft this year. We pick our order by the Kentucky Derby. You pick a horse and where your horse finishes, and my horse freaking won the whole thing. So like, it's cool to get the first overall pick, but then I'm not going to pick again for like 24 picks. But anyway, I typically go running back first. If there's like an elite level running back, my first pick last year was Saquon Barkley, and that worked out pretty well for me.
Out well for you, yeah.
Pretty well for me. But I may be going receiver first overall, but I typically, until like maybe round 5, don't start thinking quarterback.
Okay, so is it a rookie error if I go, man, I'm in the second round here, and Lamar Jackson is right there. I could take him. That's rookie. Is that rookie moves?
It is, because if you can get Lamar, like if Lamar goes in round 2, then I would take Josh Allen in round 3.
Okay.
But no, I think there's still so many good receivers and running backs that are high productivity, high point totals there that you still need to punt just a little bit. Don't be that guy, Kenny. Don't be that guy.
I'm not going to be that guy. So you're telling me your tier 1, Your tier 2 is going to be throwing a lot, right? So going to be throwing a lot. So you're not going to get a lot of run yard, rushing touchdowns, those kinds of things. You're going to get a lot of passing. Maybe defense. The defense for their team is not great, so they're going to be passing the ball a lot.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow is on that list. He's in tier 2, right?
Absolutely.
Jared Goff, right, is one of those.
Absolutely.
Who else is in that tier 2 for you?
Yeah, for me, it's going to be Joe Burrow and Jared Goff, just because of the offensive style they run in Detroit, and Joe Burrow's defense is terrible. The same can be said about Dak Prescott in Dallas, and that might be like a hot take, and I am a bit of a homer. You can see Davis Wade over here over my shoulder and my cowbell right there. I am a Mississippi State fan, but Dak is a fantasy machine. Like, he produces at a high level. Him and CeeDee Lamb have one of the best connections in the NFL. So I'm high on Dak as a tier 2. I'm also going Baker Mayfield here because they throw the ball all over the yard. Mike Evans is still a stud. And Baker is just like, he's very volatile. So he may not be like your first pick, but he can also get you a ton of points. And then obviously Pat Mahomes here because he doesn't run the ball a ton. He's very dependent around the weapons around him. And the only reason I'm tearing him down a level, Kenny, is because Travis Kelce is getting older and contemplating retirement. Rashee Rice is going to be out for the first 4 possible. Well, he's going to play the first 4 while they appeal, but he's staring down a suspension for violating league rules on performance-enhancing drugs policy, I think, or maybe he was the DUI guy. He was one of the DUI guy.
He was the
DUI guy. Yeah,
car
wreck. Yeah. So he's staring down a suspension. So he may not have all of his weapons. So that's why I'm leveling down Pat Mahomes.
Oh, wow. Okay. So then you've got your tier 3 sleepers, guys that you think could be better than what the expectation is for them coming in. I got one name for you.
Yeah.
Sam Darnold did his thing in Minnesota. He did his thing in Minnesota. Sam Darnold had been kind of lame everywhere else he had been, but that system in Minnesota made him better than what he now. But let's be frank about it. The only reason Sam Darnold got his chance was because J.J. McCarthy was hurt. They picked him to be the guy. Minnesota wants J.J. McCarthy. Is J.J. McCarthy a sleeper for you this year?
So there are 2 head coaches that are quarterback whisperers, like quarterback savants. Sean Payton in Denver, which is why Bo Nix is on this list for me again. Okay. Sophomore slumps are a thing for quarterback, but I do think he's a sleeper. And Kevin O'Connell. Kevin O'Connell just completely revitalized Sam Darnold. Now, I think Sam Darnold's more talented than J.J. McCarthy. So I think I'd put Sam Darnold on this list and maybe J.J. down a list. Maybe it's like a late flyer. Simply because like he hasn't had the best summer and fall camp. I hadn't seen a ton of great videos about J.J., but if anybody could do it, it's Kevin O'Connell. And so I like Sam Darnold a bit more, but J.J. McCarthy has potential simply because of who his head coach is and what Kevin O'Connell got out of Kirk Cousins. Because you remember those Minnesota teams with Kirk Cousins were electric. Then he had Sam Darnold last year. Can he do it again? I might bet yes.
Awesome. Yeah. So Bo Nix is in your sleepers?
Absolutely. Bo Nix, like he was great late. I do think there's going to be a bit of a regression. Sophomore slumps are a real thing with quarterbacks. But Kenny, he was borderline elite down the stretch. And so like, I don't want to say that too loud because like I know like Chris and Jared and them will appreciate it. Shout out y'all. He was borderline like he was like a must play in fantasy down the stretch. And so even if he regresses a little bit, he's still gonna have a damn good year. And so I still believe in Bo Nix. I also have Matt Stafford and Justin Herbert in this list simply because Herbert has the talent, but Jim Harbaugh is a run-first head coach. I think Amari and Hampton is gonna have a massive year. More on that to come next week. We talk running backs, but I think Justin Herbert is a sleeper who could have a big year, but his system might hold him back.
I know we have a hard out in a couple of minutes, but I do have one question for you about your tier one, going back to your tier 1. Sure. You've said it multiple times. There's a sophomore slump for quarterbacks. Is there any part of you that's afraid for Jaden Daniels? Will he be top tier 1 dual threat, your elite guy?
I do think so because of his ability to run the football. And that's why like CJ Stroud for me is in that sleepers tier 3 because he had a bad sophomore slump because he doesn't run the ball very well. Like he was okay last year after an electric rookie campaign. And so I think he's going to build back up. Of all the sophomore quarterbacks out there, I think Jaden Daniels has the highest floor because of his ability to run the football. He sees the field really well. Now, he took a ton of hits at LSU. He took a ton of hits last year. I need him to get smarter and learn how to freaking slide or get out of bounds. Yeah. But I think Jaden Daniels is, I won't say immune to a sophomore slump because they happen all the time. Right. But I think he's more sophomore slump proof than, say, Bo Nix and some of the other guys. And so, again, like CJ Stroud is in that tier 3 because he had a sophomore slump. I think he can bounce back, but he doesn't run the ball like Jaden Daniels.
Got you. All right, late flyers. Give me your late flyers.
Yeah, so I like Cam Ward. Obviously, I'm biased. I'm a Titans fan, but I like what he's going to do there. Plus, we're going to be cheeks, and so he's going to throw the ball a ton to try and keep us in games and just let him figure it out. So Cam Ward could be a great late-round flyer. Drake May falls in this list. Same with Justin Fields. Like, I'm curious what he's going to look like in New York, and as that guy there, like, can he be, a true starter? He showed flashes with Chicago, but, we'll see. I think Drake May and Bryce Young are a couple names to watch. I think Bryce is going to be better next year.
I think he will too, man. I think Bryce Young is going to be better.
I just think Carolina, they were just so bad. Their O-line was so bad. But, I think another year in the system, he's a smart kid. Like, I think he's going to be a bit better. Same with Drake May in New England. Like, he took a lot of lumps and bumps and bruises last year, but there's talent there.
Right.
And then only because I have to talk about him, I'll put Trevor Lawrence here, but I am not a Trevor Lawrence guy. I'm out on Trevor Lawrence. I just don't think he's a pro quarterback. He was a great high school quarterback. He was a great college quarterback. We've seen that. Tim Tebow, right? We could do this all day with guys who Danny Werfel, who were great college quarterbacks that never quite translated. I think that's Trevor Lawrence, but if you need somebody late, get Trevor Lawrence because Jacksonville's going to be awful and he's going to have to throw a lot.
Yeah. I like Bryce Young. I think Bryce Young's gonna be better than what people give him credit for. The only thing that hurts him is that he is Drew size, and that's tough. Like being
he's
5 foot,
size. Yeah.
He's a pocket size. So that's gonna be tough. Drew. Drew. I don't know.
That's like I say, he's Drew size.
I don't know if you want to have Drew Gann looking over your offensive line trying to throw a ball in the NFL. No. That's tough.
But it's a quarterback. So tying it all back with FanDuel as we wrap up the show here, it's a quarterback award, the NFL MVP. Like if there's ever a guy that could have won it, like Saquon could have won it last year, right? But it just doesn't happen all that often. Somebody on this list is going to be your NFL MVP. For me, I put my money on Lamar Stevens right now. If you're feeling bold, or Lamar Jackson.
Wait a second.
Yeah. You got Chris. Grizzlies.
You got Chris really excited. Lamar Stevens is playing football now?
MVP.
Bring him.
Lamar Jackson's your smart money. If you're feeling bold, again, I'm bullish on Jaden Daniels simply because he runs the ball really well. So I don't know. We'll see. But the $2 are going to start getting you ready each and every week for fantasy football. We started with quarterbacks this week. We'll be doing running backs next Friday. So y'all tune into that. Come hang out with us. Appreciate y'all being here today. Kenny, thank you for filling in for Drew today, man, while he was out. It was a great show. I got to run and get my hairs cut. But y'all have a great weekend. Go be a friend of somebody who needs a friend. And remember, there are no refunds for what you heard here today because with the $2, you always get what you pay for. See y'all on Monday.
Thank you for listening to the $2 Sports Show. If you enjoyed this episode, leave a rating and a review wherever you download your podcasts. Also, like and subscribe to Bluff City Media's YouTube page. We'll see you back here next time.